To show you a variety of different activities that are going to be in my lesson plans this week. Working with a variety of skills. I hope I chose activities using materials of things that you already have in your house. One of the things that you'll be needing is some paper and a pencil, marker, crayon, however you want to create these. They can be small paper torn up, you can use index cards, whatever you have at home is going to be fine. I'm going to show you a variety of activities. The other thing is that you'll need some sort of box. It can be a shoebox, Tupperware, any sort of storage tub, and then something inside like beans, rice, cotton ball, Legos, whatever you have in your house that your child is not adverse to touching. So in my box right now I have some Legos. You probably want some more, but this is a large box. And I'm going to put my paper with the skill that we're working on. Right now we're letters. It could be numbers, shapes, colors, whatever your child is working on. And they're going to find the paper in the box, pull it out, and then name the item. Yay! So Joseph and Carly are demonstrating for me some of these activities. If you don't have a box, can't find anything to put in your sensory tub, you could also use a pillowcase to put your papers in that the child then pulls out and names the object that that's on their paper. You can also use playing cards. You can use the numbers on the cards if your child is working on numbers up to 10. You can even tape a piece of paper with other numbers or letters on them if your child likes the playing cards better, or if you have paper that is easy to see through. You can play a matching game with your letters or numbers. So you're going to lay out some pairs. Let's say we're working on numbers 2, 3, and 4. Turn the matches over, mix them up, and then you and your child take turns trying to find the match. Another game that you can play that gets them moving a little bit and reinforcing some skills. You need your same papers with your letters or numbers or shapes, and a couple pieces of paper with a bug or insect drawn in it. You and your child are going to take turns picking a letter or paper. This one is a C. Joseph, what do you pick? C. And then when you pick the buggy, the person says, "Let's get buggy." You get up, you dance, you move, you do whatever crazy thing you're going to do for a few seconds, and then you continue with your stack. Other activities include, with bigger pieces of paper, writing the target skill on it, and then having your child jump on the named item. Joseph, jump on letter D. Good job, Joseph. I would suggest, however, you keep your paper on the floor and not on the dining room table. Okay, Joseph, jump on the letter that makes the ah sound. Good job, Joseph. Okay, thank you, Joseph. You can also, using a ball of socks rolled up, have your child toss it onto the letter or number and then tell you the name, A, or the sound, K, depending on the skill you're working on. You can also use your target skills with the bingo card. I know that many of you do not have the opportunity to print at home, so you can just make one like this. It does not have to be anything fancy, and then use small pieces of paper to cover the letters as they are named, or the numbers or the sounds as they are named. You can also go on a letter hunt using recycled boxes, cereal boxes, junk mail, or books. If the target letter is A, this would be a good place. You're not going to actually read the book, but you're going to have your child find all the A's they can locate on the page, on the front, the back. You could do the same thing using whatever materials you have at home. You can also hide the letters around the room Joseph, can you locate letter B? And they need to find the letters that you have on your paper hidden
This
around.
one?
That's not B, Joseph. That's A. Find B.
This one!
Good job, Joseph. This is also fun to play if you have a room that's relatively dark and you have a flashlight. Give your child a flashlight and have them search for their specific letters or sight words or numbers with the flashlight. We will also be working on some skills, some activities that work on not just identifying letters, numbers, but also working on fine motor skills. Instead of a sensory tub, I have a sensory tray. It's a cookie sheet with some oats. You can use anything you have in the house. Salt, sugar, flour. You could even use little sand or pebbles or whatever you can have that the child can move their finger through. And then you can do something like write the letter A and then have them use one finger to create letter A. Some of your students might need some support to start with, and at the beginning of the week you might need to give them the example of A and they copy, and then hopefully by the end of the week they can do it on their own. They can practice writing their names in these trays, they can practice writing numbers, drawing shapes, all sorts of things. The other option, going back to my Legos, is you can have your child build the letters. They do not have to be perfect. As you can see, my B is not perfect, but just so that they get the idea of. You can see it's pretty easy to transform this into an E or even into a lowercase b. You could make numbers with your Legos. If you don't have some that connect, that's okay too. You can have them lay them out in the shape. There's an F. However, whatever materials you have is going to be fine. If you are stuck on an activity, please feel free to reach out via Remind, via email. Hopefully by midweek we'll be able to set up video conferencing as we get things rolling with our virtual classroom online. Look forward to hearing feedback, what activities your child likes, what activities they don't like, as I work on lesson plans for later in the week and next week so I can tailor them to meet each child's needs. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.